Whitewater rafting in Bali is for the adventure seeker, or the adrenaline junkie, if you will. It's also for the person that wants to be in the midst of nature with a touch of thrill. If you are a big kid at heart like me, then journey along as I show you what whitewater rafting on the Ayung River in Bali is really like. So our day started at Infinity Bali Adventure, where you walk into a fresh welcome juice and the option to order coffee or other bakery snacks before your experience. The lobby is open and spacious, and I appreciate the fact that they offer sandals and waterproof cases for your phone at a pretty reasonable price. And for your personal belongings, you'll pay a minimal deposit for the locker, which you get back in the end. And then from there, you get suited and booted with your life jacket, helmet, and paddles. Very special shout out to my friend Antonio for the idea to even do this. What started in a group chat, it wasn't long before it became a reality. POV water rafting made it out the group chat. Once you're ready, you'll take a short 5 to 10 minute drive where you'll pass a couple of rice fields and maybe even a group of folks ATV driving, to which Infinity Bali Adventure does also offer that experience as well. Now, as soon as you get to the starting point, that's where your workout begins. Your hike begins. Now, the views are simply breathtaking. And despite the views, I just don't think we were ready for what we were about to journey into. We were literally walking through the jungle, which in all actuality, when you think about it, it's pretty mind-blowing that at some point there were workers that came to carve out a trail and add steps to even make this possible. There were a couple of times I had to just take a moment for pause, just to breathe in some fresh air and admire the beauty that was all around me. It kind of felt like I was on an episode of Survivor, but I'll take it because I was enjoying the scenery, okay? When you get down closer to the starting point, you'll see all the boats and the people gathered together for their safety briefings. Our personal guide, Komang, was more than we bargained for in the best way. He was so funny, but above all of that, he made the instructions clear on how to row and other commands that he would give us while out on the water. But honey, now he's sitting here demonstrating on what to do if we fall out the boat. Fall out the boat? We're looking at each other like, what you mean fall out of the boat? I know you lying. But no, seriously, it's important to know these things before you push off into the trail. Now, the trail itself is about 10 kilometers long, so you'll be on the water for a total of about an hour. Now, with our first couple of bumps, we were like, if this is any indication of how this is gonna go, we are in for it. But I think laughing at each other's nervousness is what helped us to melt some of the fear away. Now, we stopped at a waterfall, which we're all pretty adventurous, and we did get out the boat just to enjoy the beauty of that, take some pictures and videos, but I do recommend sneakers or water shoes because those rocks are sharp. So the water was pretty calm, at least on the day that we went. One moment we're casually rowing, and then the next moment the river is taking us down itself. Now, we couldn't get too much footage because we were afraid of damaging our phones, so we kept them in the bag most of the time until we got to a nice little halfway point where we were able to get some pictures and videos and take in the scenery. Of course, I'm gonna do a nice little twirl around in the rainforest, try to do some dancing in the rain, be cute or whatever, until, yep, that happens. And what's crazier is that it be your own friends, because zooming in on my struggle is crazy. But you gotta laugh at yourself, so that was cool. And at our rest stop, we had the option for noodles, chips, even whole coconuts, and they were playing music, y'all, so we had a good little stop. Now, when we got back out there, it was nice that it was slow at this point so we can take in the lush landscape and the scenery. I just want to know, though, who lives up there in those houses? Like, what do y'all do for a living? But anyway, Infinity, you did your thing on the trail with multiple stops if needed, and a guide that kept us laughing and on our toes. You guys really did not miss a beat with anything. Now, one thing about me is I love a good adventure, so Mom and Dad, I know y'all said be safe in another country, and I always will, but I'm gonna stand up on the rafting boat if I get a chance. Love y'all. Anyway, the trail ended with a short slide before we got off. Now, I will say I was looking for a little bit more of a stomach drop feeling like on a roller coaster, but I think the experience overall is perfect for the person that's looking for an adventure mixed with some chill vibes, or if it's your first time rafting. Now, here's the thing. How you get down is how you get back up, okay? This is a beautiful scenery to take in, but it's truly nature's Stairmaster. I really felt the burn. I think they said it was like 400 or 500 steps to go all the way back up. Speaking of which, thank you so much to the amazing staff who take this equipment up and downstairs. You are truly appreciated. Now, when you get back to the site, you get to use the on-site showers and utilize the towels that are provided. And then, of course, you get to go in where you have plenty of space to break bread with your friends, to take in a nice lunch that is a buffet style with noodles, rice, veggies, and all that good stuff. Overall, this is something I 100% would do again. Thank you guys so much for the hospitality. And if this is something that you're interested in, use the code BRI30, that's BRI30, for 30% off of your water rafting experiences. Also, they do have ATV riding and tubing. Now, let me know if you have questions in the comments. And as always, thank you for coming to Nomadically Bree. Bye.